Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another round of roster reviews. We're really closing in on the end of the list. But first, we have a paid review. This is Nicole Judge. She's in Chromium 4, but is 8.1 million GP. Started in the early days. She said back before Protection was, right when Protection was just introduced, mods weren't a thing, and Rex, old Rex, was a paywall character, not even Captain Rex. I'm just looking for general direction, so we're going to try to point her in the right direction. 8.1 million, like I said, already has Ahsoka, which is kind of crazy to be in Chromium, so I'm interested to see. Okay, so I'm going right to the characters first for a glimpse. Lord Vader, Sith Eternal Emperor, and Ahsoka Tano. So right away, this is kind of backwards. Like, these are three of the Galactic Legends I'd recommend you go for last, just because of the difficulty of acquiring Lord Vader and Ahsoka. And then Sith Eternal is just because he's not good. But let's look at ships, because any well-oiled account starts with fleets. So we do have Executor, 6 stars, still working on it, in Chimera, but no other big fleets, and looks like we have at least the potential for Leviathan because Fury is unlocked, and I'd recommend, even without looking at anything else, dedicate resources to this. This is going to get you a lot better finishes in Fleet Arena, very important for crystals. It's also going to help you out widely in Grand Arena. You can just slap it on defense, and not many people are going to be able to handle it. So farm all the ships you need for it, all your Sith ships, farm all the characters you need. Malgus, you don't need in higher relics to unlock Leviathan, but I'd recommend pumping up his relics a bit. And Galactic Republic, didn't look like there's a ton there. Yeah, there is Marauder. So actually that's good. They all have Zetas. Are they abilitied up? Yes, we got the abilities leveled. Not 6-stop mods, which is fine. 6-stop mods being very important for fleet. For crew members. Just a few. I think getting this to 173 is a good marker. Well, and Anakin to 189. So try to slice his mods too. Like any really important fleet character, just try to slice up their mods. So we don't care about, I guess this is the right way to organize it. This is strongest to weakest. So Ahsoka's looking great because you unlocked GL Ahsoka. Mace is going to help you punch up, but Leviathan is the most important. And then your main fleet in Fleet Arena should be Executor. And don't fall into the trap of not upgrading BAM and Cad Bane just because they weren't required at Relics to unlock Executor. You need them, especially Razor Crest, because it's always going to be in the starting lineup. Sometimes you can run Houndstooth punishing on Razor Crest on offense so that you can preserve your weak Xanadu blood coming in off the bench. But I still say you need to upgrade those two a lot, and that'll be your main team. And if you work on that Executor enough, get your speeds up, you can actually climb quite well in Fleet Arena, but then still Leviathan should be a priority. As for the roster, I mean, Lord Vader with the clones is quite good. That's what you have, and you have almost completed. You know, Scorch you can relic now that you can relic characters in lower stars, so I would recommend that just to finish out the lineup. Maybe start by, I know there's a lot of different things. I would prioritize the fleet stuff before this, but you know, aim to get at least these clones to relic 7, because that's the least gated high relic level. Make them work in the raid, and then decide if you want to go higher. Relic 9 is really the big payoff. Relic 8 doesn't add too much, and you still kind of need the whole team to get one run, whereas at Relic 9 you can do the whole max score twice. So there's that. Some great stuff I'm seeing. You know, Great Mothers, Night Trooper, so we got a lot of that Peridia saga, since we do have Ahsoka as well. And Balin's unlocked. That's awesome. You know, Shin, I think Balin needs to go higher. On my main account, I have him a Relic 9. On my small account, when I unlock him, I'll probably be contented with Relic 7. So that's not a bad place to be. I mean, I'm seeing lots of nice newer teams. Dark Gideon, Bane. And the fact that you have the Peridia crew at Relic 7 means you're getting that assault battle done. Let's check for the other classic duo. So, yeah, where is Padawan Obi-Wan, low gear, Master Qui-Gon, low gear. So those two, huge priorities as well. I mean, there's a lot of priorities. In the immediate term, these two are probably easier to get up and running to give you more resource income. And then just work on your Executor to help climb in Fleet Arena. And then Leviathan's kind of more of a long-term thing, would just be farming the shards as you go. Since you're trying to get your account in order, we want to focus on things that are going to get us more resources. Yeah, we got Commander Ahsoka Tano at Relic 9, but not a great place to put her. She can go with Padme. I mean, I think right now you should run Padme, Cat, Anakin, OG Ahsoka, and General Kenobi. It's a great team. That means JMK isn't necessarily a bad idea to go for, but in my opinion, the first and second Galactic Legend for a new account should be Leia, so I think that should be an even easier call for a long-standing account. So this is kind of priority after Leviathan, since that is accessible. After Leviathan, after Master Qui-Gon Obi-Wan, after getting your Executor Fleet in order, you want your next Galactic Legend to be, well, I don't know. And then you have a lot of stuff to cover all your bases with the other Galactic Legends. I would say Jabba. Next GL that you farm should be Jabba, because that's going to help with the mods. And what are the mods going to help with? If nothing else, even if you don't have good luck, you can't roll good mods, they're going to help out with your fleets, because all it cares about is that they're 6-dot. Doesn't care about the speed or anything. So work on Jabba. You got the shards for Boosh. Kursantan's nowhere to be seen, but he is a Cantina farm. So I don't know if you're actively farming these or not, but Jabba, huge resource income from Smuggler's Run 2, and then Leia would be the next GL after that. But we don't need to rush down Galactic Legends necessarily. Malicos being unlocked already, but Gear 8 does hurt me. But you have higher priorities right now, because Malicos is a Grand Arena only character. Galactic Legends are everywhere, and Fleet is paramount when it comes to income. So I think if you dedicate yourself to your Executor, you will be able to climb, even against Leviathans. My Fleet shard is ancient, and it's full of Leviathans, but there's still... It's almost like just as many Executors. Maybe it's like 35-40% Executors. And then the rest are Leviathans that I face. But people do it all the time. So look that up. I'm not an expert on it. Try to figure that out, because you have that fleet. You have it now, and that can really lift you up. So that gives us a lot of things to work on in the future. I want to just take a moment to look at the account and roast it a little bit, just point out what I think doesn't make sense. So getting Bastila Shan Fallen to year 13 and not giving her any relics doesn't make sense to me. Malgus at Relic 1 doesn't make sense to me. Darth Bane especially doesn't make sense to me, because he's like the best character in the game. That's not a Galactic Legend. No Savage Omicron, that's really going to hurt you. It's a Jedi. I mean, this is a very odd Jedi setup. So you don't have Jedi Knight Luke, and I guess you can probably piece together. You're probably doing Challenge Tier 2 on Ground War. I'd be surprised if you got through Challenge Tier 3. Oh no, you do have Jedi Knight Luke. Never mind, I'm blind. He's right there. He's just Gear 9. So that's good. Priority, and if you're going for Jabba, you need that anyway. And that's gonna help you just waltz through Challenge Tier 3 of Ground War. I think, your Sith are fine for that. Your Empire should also be fine, because you have Lord Vader for your assault battles. I'm just trying to read where your assault battles are at, because it's very important. If you haven't completed Challenge Tier 3, I'd try really hard next time. Look at modding, try different things, try to get it done. Because we want these extra recurring resources. Hero Trooper. Yeah, that's plenty. You're crushing the ones they do anyway, so Let's sort by the bottom. Look at anything that stands out. So no Afra, because we don't have these characters. That's not a big deal at all. Not a huge priority. No Bo-Katan. Bo-Katan is a great value farm, but a little down the line because she's mainly Grand Arena, and we're caring about fleets and Galactic Legends for the time being. Also, I don't know if you're having any kind of trouble in Conquest, because you do have a fair amount of Conquest units. Padawan Obi-Wan Omicron just solves that. It makes it so easy. You just walk through most of the buff and debuff feats, which is quite a lot of them. Now that is shocking. You know, I see a lot of logo characters like, Malicos. To see a Gear 9 Han Solo from an account that started before protection was a thing, or right when it started and mods weren't a thing, to see a Gear 9 Han Solo is absolutely shocking. I don't think I've ever seen that on an account this size. That's crazy. I didn't look too long and hard at the Rebel faction. So, you got CLS, you got C-3PO, you got Chewbacca. Why not Han Solo? I don't get it. What about Rebel ships? I don't understand. That needs immediate correction. Yeah, I mean, you got Legendary Falcon, so that's huge. Forget everything else. Han Solo. He is the man. And he's really good, so yeah. Nothing else really jumping out at me. Let's take a look at the mods. I've spent a while on this one already, so let's try to be quick with the mods. Lord Vader. Yeah, it's pretty bad. You want tons of protection. I like the crit damage, but you want lots and lots of protection. This should be protection primary. This should be protection primary. Arguably, this should be protection primary if you have speed. Ahsoka. Yeah, load her up with health. She could probably get a lot more health than that. Speed isn't a big deal. She just kind of takes hits. Tenacity, no. Health, yeah. And then, like, this sets her right. Speed and defense, that's good. So the turn on her. Survival, but not too slow. This is actually alright, but that's terrible. Way too little health. He's going to be dying. If you're going to go that low on health, you want to do a ton of speed. Thrawn being fastest, non-GL, doesn't make a ton of sense. He's not that useful. Great Mothers, that's good. High-end speed doesn't look like there's a ton to go around. Piet, if you still get good use out of your Imperial Troopers, this is fine. Otherwise, he doesn't need to have all the speed. Cat is being fast is good. But, yeah, you can use her on Padme. You're pretty lined up to use her optimally on Padme, so I guess that's okay. Newt Sidious, I don't know if this is a holdover from Naboo Raid, but take their good mods and run and abandon them and leave them on the curb and forget about them. Forget that you own them. They don't matter. Inquisitors. Do we have Reva? I didn't see. No Reva. So your Inquisitors are not going to be a valuable team until you have Reva. So I don't know if Fifth Brother needs to be Sylvester, unless this is for the Reva mission, which in that case, carry on. Ezra, you want fast, so he's pretty slow. Health is the right idea, but you need to speed him up. Darth Revan being fast is good. Crit damage is good. Potency is not. You want either health or offense there. Definitely health here. Malak is thankfully not too picky. He just a lot of protection, a little bit of speed, so he's good. Gas. So gas. Okay, speed. A little light on the protection. He could stand have a lot more protection, but the offense is pretty good. So like that, I'd have protection primary. Instead of offense on the cross. So yeah, I mean, lots of room for improvement. I can't look at every single character, but just check SWGOH for any individual character. Look at best mods, and it's going to show you what the top 1,000 players are using, and that's usually a good guideline to follow. So yeah, I think I've given you plenty to work with. Thank you so much for signing up, and let me take a look. Appreciate it. Next up, we got Wolffast7606. I guess that's the Discord handle. Outpost beta, 10.19 million GP. said they began a few months after release and then left the game before Galactic Legends or Conquest were introduced for a few years, then came back probably towards the beginning of 2023 or the end of 2022. So several years on the account. They gave me a lot of projects they were working on, but it's been so long, they probably are way past that. They're focused on Grand Arena and said they're mostly free-to-play players, but they have picked up Lightspeed bonus, which is very common. So this is interesting. I don't know how you are in Kyber 5 before a shot is fired in the new Grand Arena season, because Grand Arena attack phase started literally 5 minutes ago from the time I am recording this. Usually Kyber 5 is just a holdover. So like at the end of the season, if you're Kyber 5, you get relegated to Erodium. So that's interesting. Maybe they joined after not playing for a while. Skill rating 2856. That seems kind of low. I don't know. They're probably going to be relegated after the season, but I don't know. 10.1 million GP. Has Leviathan, has Leia. Good signs, and 10 million, you should have a lot at that point. No profundity. But 7-star Leviathan, 6-star Executor. I'm not sure how that works. If you got Leviathan first, or just really put Executor on the back burner while you're getting Leviathan up. That's a bad sign. Marauder down there. So this Galactic Republic fleet is probably garbage. Well, it's not complete garbage. It's just like a 2019 Galactic Republic. Absolutely need to work on Marauder. You're in Kyber, at least for now, so you need 3 fleets on both ends. And Galactic Republic is insanely important, especially with Marauder. It's not your daily fleet climber, but it's still rounding out your Grand Arena. And then this Empire fleet is pretty good. I don't really have any complaints about it. Executor, still needs work, of course. Let's check Bounty Hunters. All of them at least in Relics. Relic 5, I think, is fine for most of these characters, unless you're super try-hard. I took forever to take them to Relic 7, so I don't know. Datacrons. I didn't look at the last player's Datacrons. I maybe should have. But no focus Datacrons. We got a few, which that's interesting. What? Wait. What was that? Was that like going back in time? Yeah. Somehow we were able to look back through the looking glass. I don't know if that's the right use of that term, but we looked back in time. This one expired in February and this one expired in April. That's crazy. My mind is so short term with Datacrons. I don't even remember Sortie being recent Datacron, except the focus Datacron. So they do have focus Datacrons. We just were looking through a time machine. The focus Ray, Hoda, Krennic. That's exactly what I have on my main account, and this is almost exact. This is not my own roster, is it? It is. This is my roster. What the heck happened? Gosh, earlier this week I watched a Nooch video and he was showing my roster and I thought that looks really familiar. But it wasn't my roster. Yeah, what the heck? This is, okay, we're back in Wolf's roster. How is this possible? I don't get it. And then it pushed me back to my own roster. That is extremely weird. All right, well, we push on. Datacrons, I don't know what's happening. That's insane. Like, literally what is happening? Okay. The actual roster. We got Lord Vader, JML, Leia, Rey, Supreme Leader Kylo. So 4 GLs. We got the 2 Skywalker siblings, and then we have the 2 grandbabies. Supreme Leader Kylo, Rey. So those are decent setups to have. Jabba is in a notable omission. So I'll be looking to see if that's what I think should be next. I definitely think Jabba should happen before Profundity, Because I think on fleets, having Executor and Leviathan are pretty good. You need Profundity to climb up higher in Kyber for sure, but Java is so valuable for those mods. We got Night Trooper, Merrick Shin, Great Mothers, Enoch. So we got a lot of those. Peridia group. I don't know if we have... Yeah, there's Ezra. Balin, Relic 3. This is the second player in a row that has a really low Relic Balin. And one of them requested their review in March 2024, and one of them requested their review this week and paid for it. So that's quite a coincidence. Malgus, better relics. Padawan Obi-Wan, Relic 7. Qui-Gon Relic 7, that's great. As long as you're doing fine in Conquest, you don't need that Omicron. But, you gave Sorty the Conquest Omicron. This is the trash Conquest Omicron, and this is the transcendent, amazing Conquest Omicron. Padawan Obi. I'm seeing some Inquisitors. We have Reva. Yes, we got Reva. I don't know if I'm blind to not see her up there right here. Yep, I'm pretty much blind for that. We got Jar Jar. So we have a lot of those Epic Confrontation, newer legendaries. Queen Amidala, great. Let's check out their raid. What they're doing. Not too much in the way of the raid. I mean, this player's in a guild. Are they active? Because they don't even have the clones unlocked, which, some people don't unlock their marquees if they're not going to use them. But it's really kind of... Well, you can't do tier 2 of their marquee events, which is some gear. It's super important. You can still do tier 1. But yeah, there's no clones at all. So that's interesting. You probably work on something for the sake of your guild, unless you're okay with being in a trash guild or not being a good guild mate. You don't need to put the pedal to the metal and be crazy, but you should put some effort into it. What's on the bottom? Do we have Bow? It's one of those newer legendaries. Yeah, no Bow. Bow's great value if you're just looking to bolster your Grand Arena output without a massive Galactic Legend farm. She's great. We got Darkshroom Moff Gideon. Not built up at all, which is a little sad. Talon's weak, so we don't have Star Killer, which is a little sad. Both really useful teams. Star Killer, he's nice. I think Kyber 5, Kyber 4, he's still going to be rocking out on his own and doing great. Luthen low gear, which, I mean, it's the Rebel Fighters. You have a Cal, so you gotta have Saw Gear 12. I guess there's no infrastructure there. It's not worth chasing them right now. Like, that's not the best team in the world, so you don't need to, dedicate your resources to it. Mara Jade, low gear, sad. Mace Windu at this low gear is pretty sad. Maul, I guess that's not a big deal, because you don't have Lord Vader. Say Rebels. Do you have a Relic Han Solo? That's the question. That is the question. Well, I'm always so blind on these. Yep, you got him. Is he required for Leia? I guess. Yes, he is. I always forget if he's Leia or Jabba, but anyway, he's there. He's relict. So great. And Jabba, yeah, I definitely think seems to be all signs point to Jabba being the next priority, and it looks like you're already working on him. So that's great. GL after Jabba. Probably JMK. Sith Eternal's kind of trash. Lord Vader and Ahsoka are more difficult to get. You don't have the new clones, so yeah, I'd say JMK. As long as you have 7-star Watt, that shouldn't be any huge obstacle to it. Yeah, 7-star Watt. So, I've got Ufus, a very important faction. Pretty built up. We don't have Malachus built up much. He's gear 12. I mean, Seer's Relic. Cal is gear 12. So I think Seer is a team to work on in the future. Huge boost to Grand Arena output. You could also consider giving a couple relic levels to Ray and Supreme Kylo. They're not like demanding relic 9, but they both really benefit from relic 8. Reva kind of does too, especially since you put all 3 Omicrons. It's worth giving her the more damage. So trying to add a few choice higher relics is good. Yeah, Ezra's pretty low. I mean, most of this isn't too bad. I'm not seeing anyone jump out at me like, oh my gosh. Well, GK, that's a little low. I'd say Relic 7 at least. Yeah, but Relic 3, Relic 5 is pretty good for a lot of these characters. Okay, let's look at mods, see how we're doing. Supreme Kylo fastest, which I think is typically the best move. Plus 190 speed, not bad at all. Crit damage, good stuff. Leia plus 190, that's blazing for her. 174k health, so this is a fantastic Leia. Pretty much only care about speed and health. JML, I think that's good protection. It's pretty good speed. Yeah, good. So the GL so far modded very well. Over 200k health, good speed, good offense. It's good. That's really good. I think Relegate would just slot right in well and be fantastic. Ezra, undoubtedly with the Ray. And that's fantastic. Crit damage, lots of speed. I think that's great. Darth Revan is good to be fast. 181, that's very fast. Darth Revan, health, good. Crit damage. The modding, so far, no real complaints at all. Really fast Balin. This is kind of impressive to not have like any of these stats added. Like whenever you see a long line of no green numbers, it means you have pretty focused modding. And this is all on like, you know, either survivability or speed, which is good. And I'm sure you're giving him some more relics, which is very warranted. Cat's fast. Okay health, crit damage. Yeah, I mean, that's good. Resistance here. Finn makes sense to be fast. On that Zord team, that's good. Yeah, this all looks like really good. Like, you know, this player knows what they are doing with the modding. 200k protection, amazing. I love seeing those stats. So are you squeezing in extra protection? A little bit extra there. Do we got protection? Nah. So maybe it's not that hard of a bar to clear. I don't really know what my own Malik is. Maybe it's much higher, but yeah, no, I think this modding is great. I don't think you need too much scolding. I mean, work on the mods for like Queen Amidala and the lead Omicron's typically the best, more important one that you go for first. Yeah, Jar Jar Omicrons. So maybe keep a squad loadout saved or something with the characters you want to work on. Try to scrap together Omicrons for. But yeah, what you got, you've done well with it. So props. I think you got plenty to work with. You know, you got a good, clear path. It seems like you're already ahead of me what I'm trying to recommend. So I'd say keep it up. So that's gonna be it for this one. Thank you so much for letting me take a look. And last for today, we have Sam. And I was able to disqualify a few people that did request a while ago because they no longer play. So after this review, there's only 2 more people on my list to review for free. So that would be just, I need a 3rd discretionary review. Then I need to figure out what to do for opening up reviews. I don't know if I want it to be a free-for-all like I did last time. I really am not sure what I'm gonna do. I felt like this day would never come. But anyway, 11.7 million GP. They started February of 2023. They were 4.9 million when they requested this, so they must have been spending like crazy because I am impressed with very good growth, but that's otherworldly growth. They went from 4.9 million in March 2024 to 11.7 in August 2025. That's quite the growth. So Kyber 3, let's look at the fleets first. Do we have Leviathan? I see, yeah, we got Leviathan, awesome. Executor, No Profundity. Profundity's getting the short end of the stick nowadays. But he might be incoming. Yeah, it might be coming up. I think, you know, that's not a bad farm to do. To round out all your big fleets. Let's check out this quality of Galactic Republic. Relic 5, as far as I'm concerned, is plenty. And it looks like they did upgrade their ability. If this was a Lightspeed purchase, they did at least upgrade the non-Zeta abilities. Give them some 6-dot mods. Try to get this to, like, you know, I don't know. Just close to Anakin's speed. So maybe it's fine where it is, and maybe that's intentional. I don't know. Because it gets plus 15. That would make this Marauder 186, 1 speed, slower than Anakin, which does help for Leviathan counters, Profundity counters. It's just good to do. Galactic Republic is looking nice. Rook 5, it's okay, I guess. Empire Fleet's pretty much all there. Shuttle is 4 stars. And when you can, you know, try to get around to it. That's a pretty nice flex ship. You could use it with Leviathan, you could use it with Chimera. Here and there. TB, it's actually helped me out a lot, so, you know, it's worth finishing off once you can get around to it. Datacrons, are we showing? Okay, we're doing normal Datacrons in this count. I don't understand what happened that last time. All of the new focused Datacrons purchased, which is a lot cheaper than before, but that's a lot of resources to level up. We got Merrick, which is one I want to get, or actually I do have it. I want to craft it to be good. I think probably the cooldown reduction is going to be good there. The Rollo, this is as much as you're not going to use her with Rollo, so there's no point getting it to 15. I hope there's some use for Darth Vader. I don't know if he's going to be all that. Wampa, it seems like he will be quite useful, but again, we will see. And those folks there. Kind of light on this inventory. Do we have some defense? If I click on a random one, a little bit. The goal of this set to me was just to get a lot of defense. And it doesn't look like that's really that much. Yeah, it's a little bit, but anyway. On to characters. We have 5 Galactic Legends, including Jabba. So that's one I've been recommending today. I don't have to do that for this last one. Slicker Ray, Citronal JML. So those are the first 4 Galactic Legends. So we don't have, we only have 1 of the last 5. I definitely would go Leia next. If you're working on Profundity now, I think that's an even easier call to get Leia after that, because you have built up a lot of the Rebel faction. You have Admiral Raddus to use with Leia, which is potentially the best offensive comp. Raddus and Jyn. Jyn can't die. JMK is big value. Which, do we have cat? I mean, it looks like a pretty full roster at the top. You know, we got Reva, we got Maliku's Bane, Darkseid Rey, Bo, all these kind of newer characters. We got Relic 9, Obi-Wan, and Qui-Gon. Very nice. And Relic 7 on the Pretty Pals. I think I saw, yeah, and that's what I did on my main account. Like, I think Relic 3 is kind of expensive. So yeah, 5 GLs. This is pretty big roster for only having 5 GLs. Captain Rex is a pretty startling omission. But you don't have Leia, you don't have Saw. You have Phoenix, but Phoenix isn't really making a big play. No Gungans. I mean, Gungans, yeah, that's a room for growth. It's an easy farm compared to like a Galactic Legend. And Dark Trooper Moff Gideon, Gear 12. Finish the job. I mean, you gave him all his Zetas. He's ready to go. Finish the job. Imperial Remnant, where are we at? Yeah. He's just a plug and play. And Scout Trooper, you're gonna get her when you work on Leia. So Leia is a huge, I think, Profundity and Leia. Leia first, if you're not aren't actively working on Profundity. I think Leia. Maybe after Leia, you can take a break from GLs and go for Gungans. But then JMK after that, I would assume this player easily has 7-star Watt, but you can't be sure. Yeah, okay, so that's a lot of the way there. JMK has a lot of random requirements, but Ufu. Fulcrum is low. I mean, all this looks good to me. I mean, this doesn't seem to... Nothing is a huge oversight in my opinion. I mean, Malicos. Malicos is one I see a lot of, like, a shocking amount of people in these reviews have 7-star Malicos with really low gear, and that's not the case here, so that's awesome. Sith, completely decked out, completely relicked. Rebels, which you already looked at. Yeah, it's... We got Luthen. I guess Luthen's running with Mon Mothma, which is interesting. I mean, I think you're ripe to tackle Leia. Like, that is an easy call. Absolutely. There's just really not too much missing on this account, so I don't know how much to really scrutinize. Ember Rug 7 Preacher, that's JMK requirement. Yeah, I mean, this looks good. I don't think you need too much direction from me. Seems like you got things under control. We're 66. Yeah, and, you know, working on the dark side clones, even without Lord Vader. I mean, Lord Vader, I guess, shouldn't be too far off either. So I don't know. Maybe you're getting Lord Vader. I don't really know. Relics up in Tarkin. Yeah, no, I mean, Lord Vader might be good too. So if you're actively working on Lord Vader, finish him, complete him. And then Leia is also going to be a big priority. I have a feeling these mods are pretty good, because Kyber 3 is pretty good. I mean, Kyber 2 I think would be the max potential of this account, but even then, it's still 5 GLs, which is kind of light. 180 speed is decent. Jabba 184 is pretty fast. JML, that's good protection. That's really good protection. That seems like there's some extra squeezed in. Yeah, there's some flat protection there. Lots of flat protection there. Percentage there. And percentage there. Yeah, that's really good. Ray, not quite at 200k, a little over 500. I mean, this isn't bad. This is good off. I think it's more offense focused than anything else, which is a choice you can make, and it works just fine. Pretty good health, a little slow, but it's all right. Looks like a lot of offense, which is a little surprising, but I guess doesn't hurt. Luthen is fastest non-GL, plus 159. I mean, is he really that important with Mon Mothma? This is good Ezra. That's a lot of health. It's good speed. Good, got crit damage, which is good. Darkside Ray. Right now, with Darkside Ray Kron, you don't need all this speed. I would try to look for just a straight up swap for someone that had tons of offense and would be happy to have some speed with good offense. And then you go back after that. I think I did that with my Starkiller, actually. I think I might have given my Darkside Ray mods to my Starkiller and taken Starkiller mods for her. But I don't know. Darth Revan fast. 332. I mean, it's pretty good. Health, crit damage, that's good. I have a feeling these mods are just... They are all very well decided. Oh wow, he's still in the Legacy era. Man, we started that era stuff later than I thought then. Qui-Gon's fast. All this seems really good. How fast are you? 304. What else do I want to nitpick? I mean, that's not much criticism. That's great health, good speed, crit damage, good offense. Yeah, you don't need my help with the mods. You know exactly what you're doing, and you're doing it pretty well. All right, I think we can wrap that one up. It's just over 10 minutes on this one, so that'll do it for this video. Thank you, everyone, so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.